I've got something interesting for you today, folks. This is a dish I've been wanting to cook for a very long time. I saw one dude on Instagram make it, and it looked so nice. He looked so at peace. I told myself, one day, when I have my own kitchen, I want to make just that. And here I am, in my own kitchen, about to make just that. I'm talking birria, baby. Today I join a very long list of people that have made birria before. I know I made that sound very exclusive, but I like to think it's a nice exclusive club to make myself feel better. However, I'm gonna do this thing the right way. No store-bought tortillas, no store-bought cubes for the broth. Everything's gonna be 100% off the dome. It's for two reasons. Reason number one, I like a challenge. And reason number two, if I mess this up, I'm not gonna be able to blame the store. I'll know exactly where I went wrong, and I will go wrong, knowing me. I'm nervous, guys. This is to date my most expensive dish. I spent over $100 on the ingredients. So if I mess this up, I'm out quite a bit of money. This is gonna be a very long process. I gotta brown, I gotta braise, I have to blend. I have to brown, braise, and blend. It's most likely gonna take me all day. Before I start, I need a good baseline, something to compare it to. There's a nice place in Brooklyn that has the most insane tacos. It's like a little bit of a hole in the wall. Like a little deli with a dude in there, and he's got like a grill or something behind there, and they're delicious. So I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna get their birria tacos, I'm gonna have them, and I'm gonna have that as a comparison to see exactly where I messed up. Because again, I will mess up. So I'm gonna take you guys with me. Let's head on over to Brooklyn and check out this birria situation. So I'm still getting used to this whole YouTuber thing. I feel pretty uncomfortable filming out in public like this. I usually make fun of people who do this, but the other day I had a revelation and realized that, you know what, those people are free. It may look a bit cringe, but those people are happy, and I'm trying to get at that level. You know, this is the exact same way I drove Alex to give him his pie. I don't think I'll ever shut up about that. I'm so salty.
I feel incredibly awkward doing this. Never thought in my life I would be one of those guys that sits in his car and eats food, but here we are. Life works in mysterious ways, am I right? Got the chips. You got the tacos. Smells really good, obviously. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is like a horrible idea. Probably shouldn't be eating this in the car. This is super messy, but it's really good. This is for scientific purposes. Remember, this is research. So let's give this a shot. Fuck me. I'm scared. I don't want to fuck up my car. Okay, we got the lid off. This is so messy. I'm so uncomfortable. I should have just gone home and done this, but no. The content must go on. The taco, shit, it's dripping. Fuck, no napkins. That's a crime. I'm so glad I brought my apron. All right, I dipped it. I'm not gonna show you because that would spill everywhere, and I like you guys. I don't like you that much. So it's currently dipped in the sauce, as you can see. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so obviously it's delicious. That was never in question. It's an incredible taco. My hands are filthy. It's spicy for sure. It's got the smokiness that you would expect out of all those freaking Chillies. And the cheese is pretty good. I'm not sure if they're using Oaxaca cheese, which is what the recipe calls for. I think this might be a little bit different because Oaxaca is like, it's like a mozzarella and this doesn't taste like it. Maybe this is like, might be monster cheese. I'm talking out of my ass. I don't really know what I'm talking about. But everything's really good. It's all like, it's spicy, but it's all very cohesive. I don't know if that makes much sense. Cool. Well, now I know what to look for in my recipe. I know what I'm trying to shoot for, and I've been inspired. This has been a proper inspiration for what's to come. So let's go back to the kitchen and try and replicate hundreds of years of tradition and a perfected recipe passed down by generations in one try. Wish me luck.
Okay, I am back from Mexico. I'm inspired. I have armed myself with the tools of perfection, ready to get this challenge ahead. So if there's any Mexicans watching and I mess this up, me disculpo por adelantado. let's get cooking. Okay, first things first, I have to de-seed the chilies. I hope I don't cut myself. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never de-seeded anything before in my life. Well, except for that one time in middle school where I accidentally hit some guy in the balls with a dodgeball. But anyway, let's get to it. These chilies are kind of crazy to me. They have so many seeds in them and I can hear them like maracas. I hope that wasn't racist given the nature of the dish. Anyway, the chilies I'm using for the recipe are ancho chilies, guajillo chilies, and chilies de árbol. I don't really know what they are, I just found them at the store and gave them a shot. But as always, the recipe calls for way too many fucking chilies, so I'm doing half of what it calls for. I don't know who the hell's coming up with these recipes, but there's no way the small portion's calling for 20 chilies. I don't care if I'm not Mexican and I don't know, I'm just a simple human with simple logic. This is absurd. 10 chilies max. Oh, and with the old trusty cut and shake method of de-seeding these chilies. I honestly don't know if they're spicy or not because I can't really smell anything. So I'm an absolute moron. I touched my eye. Oh, fuck. I can like barely keep it open. I touched my eye after handling the chilies. It hurt so much. I've been like this for like 10 minutes. How do I look? Fuck. If you're ever making birria, don't touch your fucking eyes. Okay, now that the chilies are done, it's time to process our spices. This is a simple process without any dangerous ingredients, so I should be okay. Yeah, this one feels weird. Using up a dry pan to heat up dry spices, but the powers that be swear by this step, so who am I to think differently? Unless the powers that be tell me to use 20 chilies. In that case, they can go de-seed themselves. Weirdness aside, I threw in some cinnamon, cloves, black peppercorns, coriander seeds, and I forgot what that powder was. Sorry guys. Anywho, I mixed these around just a smidge to, heat them up, I guess, before it was time to grind them down. Now, I do have a spice grinder for this step, but for those of you at home that don't have a spice grinder, that sucks. I put the spices in the spice grinder along with some bay leaves, and then I did the opposite of a sky. Ground. I ground them until they were fine, oh so fine, and it was actually pretty cool. And I get the appeal now. The heavy lifting is almost done. My eyes are fucked, the spices are ground, but the only thing left to do is to brown the beef. Let's go. Browning the beef is super simple. I think it's my favorite part. You get to handle a comically large piece of meat and you feel like a true caveman. And there's no real science behind it, like you can't really mess this up. You literally cannot overcook this to well done. It's physically impossible with how large this thing is. I mean, unless you have it here for 12 hours. It's truly set and forget. Although I think the meat is too big, I'm gonna cut it in half and throw it back in. And as the meat browns, I gotta prep the rest of the stuff that goes into the stew. Can you believe the recipe calls for a whole onion, 4 large-ass tomatoes, and 6 cloves of garlic? This is absolutely ridiculous. There's no shot I need this many. But I need to be more trusting in the process. The meat is browned, so then the next step is removing it, throwing in half the world's vegetables in, and then throwing the meat back in with the chilies and the water and the spices and all that other good stuff. I feel like I'm always led astray. With recipes. Like I'm following them, but look at all this shit. This is way too much. Like where am I gonna put the rest of the stuff? Huh? This isn't gonna cook down. This isn't gonna reduce. These are solid objects. I have to take some out. This is crazy. Whatever. We shall prevail. What do you guys think? This is like way too much. Should I take some out? I think I might. I just don't know what I'll do with the excess. I guess I could eat it like cereal, but I don't know, man. This is just ridiculous. I'm literally following the recipe, but look, it's like, where am I going to put the meat in the water? I don't have any more space. I'm taking this shit out. At least like half of it. I think that's a good decision. Do you guys support me? Yes. Cool. Alright. I appreciate it. I'll let you know how it goes. See you in a bit. Alright. Now we're cooking, baby. This is looking a lot better. I think the next step is to put the little spices in here. Have that cook a little bit. And then, just add water, apple cider vinegar, and then the meat. And then it's fucking 5 hours after it. Lasagna right here.
So the next step, look how much I took out. It's crazy, 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 crazy. We live in a crazy world. All right, time to throw in las especias. Guys, this is what it looks like now. I'm sorry I'm doing a lot of this angle. It's just the pot's too big, so you can't commit. So I'm gonna, looks like this for now. I put the chilies in there. I put a little bit more water in there just so that it covers everything, but I'm just gonna push this down. Maybe a little bit more water. Yeah, just a little bit. There we go, baby. Nice. Some watery as fuck Birria Tacos. All right. What I might do is I might throw some of this back in there. It's just extra flavor. Why not? Yeah. Now, we gotta bring it to a boil. And once it's boiling, we bring it to a simmer. Then we take the chilies out, we blend them, and then comes the long wait. Let's do it. All right, it's been some time now, and it's my favorite part of blending the chilies. This is nice. I like this. It feels good. However, please excuse this god-awful shot of me pouring the blended stuff in. I was doing it one-handed. Now it's time to wait the 5 hours. And while 5 hours is a long time, summer in the city means you're never bored. Let me explain. I went to this birthday party where the host hired a whole-ass magician, who in the span of 15 minutes pulled a card out of my friend's shoe, guessed my future, and swallowed a whole balloon. I've never really seen anything quite like it. Let me tell you, the best part of summer are all the cool shows around the city, in any genre you could ever think of. I'm not even kidding. While my birria was cooking, I went to a goth show, a metal show, a new metal show, an emo show, and even an 80s new wave show. But of course, my favorite one was the metal show, my beloved. There was this guy in a wheelchair who wanted a mosh, and everyone made sure to include him. He was in there getting his licks in like everybody else, in a respectful way, of course. My boy was even able to crowd surf. Seeing that is enough to bring a tear to any man's eye.
Now let's get back to the issue at hand. I've still got about an hour and a half, which means it's time to make the tortillas. Remember, nothing store-bought, everything from scratch. Off the dome.
This is my classic recipe for tortillas. Super simple. Just some maseca flour, which I'm pretty sure this one's about a year old. You know, if I die, I die. Then just some water, salt, and that's literally it. Maybe a bit of oil. Ain't much to it. Don't fear it. It's simple. And obviously, once you got that done, ain't much to it than to just press away. This is such a beautiful process, and it's so simple yet so delicate. 3 ingredients, but you go wrong at any step and the whole thing falls apart. You really have to give it all your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it. And for my most astute viewers, you may have noticed something. You may have noticed a small little detail, but only from the most observant viewers. It's nighttime. I've been cooking this for I started at 12 o'clock. It's been like 9 hours. It's 9 o'clock right now. It's 9 o'clock right now. This has taken me all day. I took off of work to do this today, okay? I thought I was gonna enjoy the sun. I thought I was gonna enjoy myself a little bit. I even woke up early to go start the process, but no. Little old me can't have nice things. He's gotta take its time. This little beef that I got was tough as shoe leather, but after I broke it down, it's nice and tender now. But the cost wasn't the only thing that was expensive of this meal, but also the time. But I'm gonna stop complaining. I got a plate of delicious food in front of me. This is the dish I've always wanted to make ever since I got into cooking. So now it's the moment that I've all been waiting for. Not you guys. You guys have done zero waiting, okay? So I don't want to hear it. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Screw you guys. I'm gonna take a bite. I'll let you guys know how it tastes. Obviously, that's the whole point of this thing. And we'll see. Now in classic birria fashion, I've got the little broth here. I'm just gonna dip it in there and we're gonna give it a little taste. Very excited. Let's see what 8 hours in the kitchen stressing the hell out gets you. So fucking good. Okay, this is incredible. This is fucking incredible. The broth is a little spicy from the Chillies, but I can taste the cinnamon in there. I can taste the allspice, the coriander, and the black pepper. You can taste all that stuff kind of individually. It's kind of crazy how many like layers this broth has. I was a little nervous it wasn't gonna come out that good because I've been tasting it throughout the process, but this is one of those things where individually it tastes okay, but once you put them together, that's when it really starts to sing, and it is singing, baby. It's like a opera in here. Well, let me tell you, it might be a siren song because I'm gonna be eating this whole thing by myself, but I will be a happy man. I will die a happy man. And one thing I have to say, the tortillas that I made from scratch, myself, me, nobody else, are perfect. What can I say? It's a good day, but it was stressful as hell. So if you enjoy watching this, if you enjoy watching me stress the hell out, me completely wired out of my mind because I have got nothing in my stomach. This is the first thing I've eaten besides onion and tomato cereal. Give me a like. And me, I think next time I'm gonna try Thai food because it's the big one on my list. Maybe it's another day that I have to take off, but who knows? But for now, I'm gonna fucking enjoy the hell out of this. I'm gonna be eating this whole pot. Probably, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. But thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.